What is going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For all the day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. Gang life. Some people grow up in environments where that's all around your neighborhood, school, your friends, putting them in position to make a decision to join one organization or another. It's really just their culture. It's generational in places like Cali or Chicago. But in more recent years, gangs have spread with people from different sets hitting smaller cities, giving them the green light to start an off branch of a major organization or either be a part of the main set. But if it's not your way of life, or if you are just fascinated by the lifestyle, a lot of people don't know what comes with being gang. To paying dues, putting in work on so-called ops, helping the squad make money. Oh yeah, in which a lot of that gets kicked back to the leader, leaving the foot soldiers risking their freedom to pay another person. Not to mention, if you join certain gangs and somewhere in the mix decide you made a mistake, the way out might be your life or someone you love. What was made as a way to survive and protect certain areas has become a real-life Frankenstein story. Half of the OGs don't even get respect from the younger members, who are trigger happy, just trying to make a name and catch bodies, or like they say, up the score, leaving no structure. And that doesn't even include what you might got to do to join in the first place. On this episode of Hood Tales, we will be taking it to Griffin, Georgia, to discuss a case involving 4 young men and a gang initiation that turned fatal. Back in 2020, Jeffrey Ryan DeLuca was 26 years old. Born and raised in Griffin, growing up, he was into sports, and his family taking that same energy with him into adulthood, becoming a private contractor, trying to make a way for his fiance and 2 sons. That's who Jeffrey spent all his time with and adored, becoming a true family man. Everything seemed to be on the up and up for the young father, with his high school sweetheart, 2 boys, in which he always wanted, providing and having their own place. But on July 24, 2020, the young family's world would be shattered. It was a Friday night, and in another part of town, in Spalding Heights, 4 young men were plotting. They were at the time 21-year-old Xavier Carter, 20-year-old Ryan Willis, 17-year-old Demarion Sinkfield, and 26-year-old Robert Freeman. Ryan and Xavier drove to the area to link up with Robert and Demarion. The conversation was about Xavier joining the Rolling 20s neighborhood Bloods. His initiation was going to be robbery. Armed with brass knuckles and a blick, Xavier hopped in the whip with the 3 others and headed to Walden Point Apartments in Griffin. Robert, being the oldest, was there to see that Xavier did what he was supposed to do to be gang. Ryan sat in the whip while the other 3 got out and went inside the apartment complex. Jeffrey had just laid his boys down for bed, and him and his fiance were about to enjoy the rest of the evening before a knock on the door came. As Jeffrey opened up, 3 men rushed inside, immediately attacked the young man before seconds later, shots went off. The 3 ran back to the vehicle, drove by Ryan, and sped off. In the apartment, Jeffrey was shot in the back of his head. His fiance and kids, who were still up, heard the whole thing. Witnesses quickly called police. Authorities headed to the location on 701 Carver Road after 11:15 p.m. Once on the scene, they quickly realized Jeffrey's injury was serious and he would need to be airlifted to a nearby hospital by helicopter. But later on, it was determined, unfortunately, the young father didn't survive. An investigation started, with a motive at first being a drug transaction gone wrong. It was not clear what Jeffrey was supposed to be selling or how he knew the intruders. Tips from the community started pouring in. with people stating it was gang initiation. With Spalding County cracking down on gang violence, a task force was put together to hunt down the young men. As names were given, they were all tracked down one by one and picked up, charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit armed robbery, aggravated assault, and violation of Criminal Street Gang Act. Jeffrey's fiance would speak out about how the loss of her protector and provider affected the family, and all because of gang activity. People in the community also spoke out about how bad gangs had become in the area, bringing in violence to a place that was usually safe. The case made it to trial, with Jeffrey's fiance pleading with the judge not to let the men walk, and the hit on him go in vain. With witnesses, evidence, and even the men themselves stating it was gang initiation, Xavier, Demarion, and Robert were all found guilty of the charges and sentenced to life in prison. Ryan, who allegedly was only the driver and didn't enter the home, is still awaiting trial for his part in the situation. Rest in peace to Jeffrey. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to his family, especially his fiance and 2 sons. Even if he was trapping a little on the side, to take a man in front of his family for initiation was a crash out move. Just to say you're a part of something that at the end of it all probably will never bring no value to your life. I will not sit here and act like I hate gangs, because I will definitely be a hypocrite. I have my own beliefs when it comes to organizations and what linking up, coming together, stopping the senseless violence could do for our community. Basically, what they were made for in the first place. But when you hear a situation of kids, women, and innocent people getting hit for initiation, that's when the leaders and real members supposed to step in and say, nah, we don't even move like that. A few will make a whole organization look bad. We can't act like gangs hasn't spread like wildfires over the last few years. We all know or have dealt with somebody affiliated. But like anything else, you have good and bad. Either way, for the hoppers out there coming up, I know you might want to be a part of something and feel like you belong, but at what cost? To go on a dummy mission, have a few years of fun, and either get hit or sit in a cell forever, then get a hood named after you. It's other ways to belong and feel important. So remember, we gotta succeed not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Man, rest in peace to Jeffrey. Crazy story, man. To take a man in front of his family for initiation, it really don't make no sense. I don't know what their connection was or how they knew each other, but it seemed like he was targeted, man. Like I said, I send my prayers and condolences to his fiance and his 2 sons. Y'all definitely let me know what y'all think about this situation in the comments. Remember, be respectful. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of Hood Tales. This your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.